Oh, we are? Yeah. Hey, I wasn't ready. I was ready. Hey, pour me up this right here in this red cup. All right. All right. Shalom, shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Latham by Hashem Yahushua to all the sisters with the Isupk. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yana. All right, we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans the truth of the Bible since 1969. All right, and today is the ISUPK San Antonio History Channel. History class. Good night. You feel me? It's the ISUPK San Antonio History class, and what we're going over today is the history of the Sabbath day. Right? We're gonna go into the history of the Sabbath day, how the Sabbath day changed from Saturday into Sunday. Right, we're gonna go over all of these different about the Sabbath day because when we look around, and there's different ways on or different understandings on how to celebrate the Sabbath day, right? And none of them are correct except here in the ISUPK. Here in the ISUPK is the correct way to celebrate to keep the Sabbath day, because this has been passed down from generations and generations and generations on generations, right? You feel me? And if anybody else do it, they want to do it extra and put all these different stipulations on it. Like you can't use a light on the Sabbath day. You can't eat cooked. We can't cook no food on the Sabbath day. You know what I mean? All this weird stuff. You can't have no pleasure on the Sabbath day. You can't do. It's just it's weird. They want you to sit at home in the dark and look at the wall. You know what I mean? If you ain't reading the Bible on the Sabbath day, you ain't on the Sabbath day correct and this, that, and all this weird stuff. But that's what happens when you take that's what happens when you move away from the correct way to doing things and then start mixing your own understanding with it. Now you just doing anything that you do, and you do what I'm saying? Give me that what's the name that you want? That article. We're gonna start off with this right here. This is what we're gonna start off with. Hold on, let me share the. Oh.
You want on the screen too?
If you possibly could, but you don't have to. But if you could, but you ain't got to. But if you could. You feel me? I gotta go. I gotta share this. My group said, because I need all these fake Israelites to understand when they come up to the ISUPK and be like, "Oh, y'all ain't doing the Sabbath day correctly, bro. We're not doing all this." You know what I'm saying? You go watch the class I taught. You know, talk about the Sabbath day, bro. That's what we're gonna start. That's what we're gonna start having to hit them up with.
You want to start on the. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
You know what I mean? Because right now they're oppressed by the Sabbath day. The Lord didn't create the Sabbath day to oppress us. You said what?
So Wikipedia.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm waiting on you. I know you had to share. I know you had to share the classes and all that too. I understand. You feel me? That's why I'm not tripping. I know we usually do that during when the music's playing.
I'm gonna start at the part with it says origins of worship today. From the very top.
Yeah, go. Let's start at the top, and then we're gonna jump down the origin of the Sunday worship.
Okay.
Because, all right, now I got to get this introduction out. So, if you ever understand about the word that the language uses, right? The Sunday, right, is the worship of what? the sun. Day is the worship of, and really everything. Every culture has a worship of the sun as sun, not son. You feel me? In Egyptian culture, it was Isis and Ra. In Greek culture, it's Jupiter. In not Jupiter. What's the dude name? Apollo. In Roman culture, it's Jupiter. You do want. Every culture has a different worship of the sun god. You know what I mean? Because of in Jeremiah 10, it says don't worship this. Not I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it says be not this, meaning like the sun, the stars, the moon. They always look up at the stars, see something. Oh, the sun, let's worship it. Look at the moon, let's worship it. Look at stars, let's worship them. You know what I mean? You understand? That's what they do. That's why in the have the what do you call them? The different horoscopes. They have horoscopes because they look at the stars and they go, "Oh, this is that." Horoscopes and they worship those things. You know what I mean? They even have like the year of the rat, the year of the, you know what I mean? In Asian culture. What's up, Taziar?
I know what you're talking about. They talking about the year of the dragon and the monkey and
Yes.
the mantis and all that stuff.
Yes. And that's what that's where this comes into play with Christianity, because they had to merge paganism with the Bible. You know what I mean? And the paganism, they worship on the Sunday, right? So then they had to switch it to a Sunday, so that way it wouldn't Constantine had to change the worship to Sunday, so that way it wouldn't be a big switch from the people that was pagan switching to Christianity. It wouldn't be such a big deal to switch to Christianity, because everything lines up with paganism, right? That's what he had to do. He had to do that because if it wasn't for that, Christians and pagans used to battle each other in the street, and used to be riots where they be unaliving each other in early Roman, not early Roman, but in the early first BC and second BC and third BC or AD, they used to be trying to unalive each other, Christians and pagans. You know what I mean? Because the early Christians are who? Yeah, the early Christian. No. The early Christians are Israelites. Early Christians are Israelites. The 12 the disciples were called Christians as a derogatory word. Like, oh, those are just Christians, those followers of Christ. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? They were calling them Christians as derogatory. But when Christ died, Paul, Peter, and Paul and the 12 did so much work that the understanding of Christ became a popular. It wasn't a cult no more with a couple people. It was the main religion or the main understanding of Israelites. That's why, and they didn't have to understand if Christ was black or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew Christ was black. That wasn't the problem or the understanding of it. You know what I mean? Like even during the Christ time, can the Israelites that was living in Greece, can they come back into the fold? Can they come back and be Israelites and get the inheritance of God? Because they never celebrated Passover in Greece. You know what I mean? They became as Jews, or they wasn't Jews no more. They became Greek. That's why it says there's neither Jew nor Greek, because the Israelites that were living in Greece were living by Greek customs, just like here in America right now. Wait, I'm a Judite. You're you're from Zabalawan. Which is what tribe you from? You're from Judah, right? But then you meet a brother or a sister from the same tribe as you, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm African American. I'm Panamanian." I'm Honduran. You know what I mean? You be like, but you have the that you're an Israelite, but they don't. That's the same thing that in the time of makes sense. Makes sense to send in Corinth, the brothers and sisters in Ephesia. You know what I mean? That he had to send letters to them to let them know that they can come back to the fold. They had to understand that the Israelites, and they had to learn about Christ and things like that. That's the whole reason Christ came. Make sense? All right, let's go. Let's go with the article.
The article, the title of the article is The Lord's Day. In Christianity, the principal day, it is the first day of the weekly calendar.
Is pull your calendar or calendar anywhere. You know what I mean? There's no, they say the Hebrew calendar because all their understanding from is from the Bible and from the Hebrews.
And traditional Christian calendars,
right?
With the exception of the European work week calendar.
Work week calendar. All right, European work week, which that makes Sunday the 7th day of the week, right? But that's not what they use because the actual calendar that they use, most of them are Christians or Catholics. Make sense? And that's the same thing that we adopted over here in America is the 7-day work week, with the work week starts on Monday. Right? But then you look at any calendar, so they're trying to they always use
it is observed by most Christians as the week memorial of the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Right? Because you know they say on Friday and rose on Sunday. That's like two days. One day really, Friday, but that's not full day. Go ahead. That's also when we get into Easter. That's also talking about the spring equinox. It all has to do with the stars and the moon and the sun and what they worship. Go ahead.
Who is said to have been raised from the dead early on the first day of the week. The phrase appears in Revelation chapter 1, verse 10.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Right? The first day of the week, which will be a Sunday in real lifetime. You know what I mean? They're talking about. Jump down to no, just keep going. Let's go to the next paragraph. Because this one is going to start talking about Constantine and how he changed how he changed the day from Saturday to Sunday.
According to Beckwith, on Sunday in the first century. The
first century, they talking about like what would you call it? AD? You know what I mean? After Christ's death, that what they talking about in the first century? Like it'll be like the first 100 years. Go ahead.
On the 3rd of March of 321, Constantine the Great legislated arrest on the pagan holiday Sunday. Dies Solis. Right,
because that's the worship of the Sunday. So everybody they was worshiping on Sunday, and then Constantine stamped it into legislative, like, okay, this is the day that everybody's going to worship then. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yes.
You know, Latin is very similar to Spanish.
Hell yeah, because that's where Spanish comes from, is Latin.
Dies Solis. I am not an expert, but Yeah. So,
The soul.
sun.
Oh, the day of the sun.
Yeah.
I
just understood that.
That's what it, but that's what it is though. It's the day of the sun. It says in the name though, Sun Day. It's crazy. What's up? Right. What you got to say? Come on, let it be said.
Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday is not the Sabbath day. When is the Sabbath day, fellas?
Sunday.
No.
Saturday.
It's what?
Saturday.
It's Saturday. Saturday is the Sabbath day. That's the seventh day of the week. The day of rest, right? Taziar, you speak Spanish, right? How do you say Saturday in Spanish?
Sábado.
Sábado? Yeah, like Sabbath. Sabbatho.
Sábado.
But no, am I wrong? I know I had to do some research of it. You feel me? But Sabbath and Sabado is the same, basically the same words. It is, it's the same because it goes back to the Latin, and the Latin goes back to Hebrew. Because most languages on the earth go back to Hebrew. Make sense? You feel me? Go ahead.
Before the early Middle Ages, the Lord's Day became associated with Sabbatarian rest practices legislated by church councils. Christian denominations such as the Reformed churches, Methodist churches, and Baptist churches regard Sunday as the Christian Sabbath.
Right. And you want to know something? You ever seen like Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
Liquor store is closed on Sundays. There's a lot of things that's closed on Sundays because they recognize that day as a Sabbath day because the churches represent that as a Sabbath day. When the Sabbath day is really on Saturday. They just don't, and they know what they're doing. They just don't recognize it, and because they don't give a damn about the Lord. You dig what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. You understand what I'm saying, sis? Go ahead. But for us, we care about what the Lord cares about, right? And the Lord want us to worship, not worship, but the Lord want us to keep the Sabbath day holy. We're finna get into that. Go ahead.
Methodist churches and Baptist churches regard Sunday as the Christian Sabbath, a practice known as first day Sabbath.
Sabbatarianism.
Sabbatarianism.
You see how they understand that it's the first day of the week? They understand that it's the first day of the week. They just don't really care about, they didn't really understand that it's the worship of the sun. You know what I mean? They don't understand that. And the reason why they don't understand that because they're following their oppressors. Go ahead. Yo, what's up?
That's because they if I recall correctly, they associate that day with, they use it with the what do people call it?
Sabbatarianism.
Pagans.
Yeah, they use it for paganism. And paganism comes from our oppressor.
Just so they can be at peace with it,
right? Right. Because
so they knew
at
Saturday.
Yeah.
To avoid beef, they just said we'll use their day.
Well, Constantine did that because he was the emperor of Rome, and the battles between Christians and pagans was tearing Rome apart. They used to like, nowadays we have debates. Back then they would have like sword fights. You know what I'm talking about? Like you do what I'm saying? Like they'll meet up and war in Rome. Real talk. They have civil wars about this. Because back then right now that's our way of life, right? But back then that was of life of everything. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It rained. They say, oh, you know what I mean? They have a rain god. The pagans do. Christians be like, yeah, the Most High made it rain. You know what I mean? like real talk. You feel me? All that science and stuff was malarkey back then. They didn't really believe in that. They was, but the gods, you know, y'all watch all those Roman movies.
They contributed to gods like everything.
Yeah. That's why they're polynomiastrous or something like that. I forgot what it's called. But they believe in multiple gods. Can we keep going?
Yeah, this internet's moving real slow.
I believe it. We almost done with this article. Then we're gonna go to the scriptures.
Sunday. First day Sabbatarian, Sunday Sabbatarian practices include attending morning and evening church services on Sunday, receiving catechesis in Sunday school
Mm-hmm.
on the Lord's Day, taking the Lord's Day off from servile labor.
Mm-hmm. Look. Every time I talk to a Christian on Sunday, they ain't doing nothing. They go to church, they come home, and they like, no, we working today? No, I ain't working today, bro. I'm finna watch the game and barbecue. We gonna eat some, you know what I mean? They don't. You dig what I'm saying? That's how the Sabbath day is supposed to be. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Ooh, we getting into some territory now. Let's go ahead, keep going. What's up?
Servile labor,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean like working for pay?
What do you do on the Sabbath? Well, I mean, what do you do for work?
I cook.
Okay, so on the Sabbath, can't nobody force you to go to work and cook.
Okay.
If you at the crib and you was like, yeah, hey, y'all hungry? Hell yeah, we hungry. All right, you make some chicken wings and some fries, and you know what I mean. And you be like, hey, bro, you know what I mean? Like I made some chicken wings and fries. You hungry? That's not servile work.
So on that day, you can't be a servant.
Which means you can't do what you normally do to make money.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and can't nobody force you to do that either.
All right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Not eating at restaurants on Sundays, not Sunday shopping, not using public transportation on the Lord's Day, not participating in sporting events that are held on Sundays, as well as not viewing television and the internet on Sundays.
See what I mean? You see what I mean? Like you can't, like they want you to sit at home and look at the wall like this. You know what I mean? So like, what you doing? I'm keeping the Sabbath day holy. Just look at the wall. Just look at the wall. You feel me?
I remember when I was a kid and my friends used to make me go to church with them. On Sundays after church, after the service was over, we would go home and it was an obligation to take a nap. And after your nap, you don't do nothing. I remember that now.
You rest. You feel me? You rest. Like, but I understand about the rest part, but it's resting from servile work because here in America, the slave master gonna slave you all week long.
Yeah, I used to do that. I had not wanting to my last story, but I used to just sit there and just look.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like the Lord. That sounds oppressive.
Yeah,
and the Lord is not an oppressor. You know what I mean? But can't nobody make you like that's why he says not to kindle a fire on the Sabbath day, because that was an actual job back then. You know what I mean? Somebody will come and kindle a fire for you. You can actually call somebody to come kindle a fire for you. But on that Sabbath day, you can't make nobody kindle. You can't make him kindle a fire for you.
Do it, but if you don't know what you're doing,
You know what I mean? Hey, well, just talk me through it then. You know what I'm talking about? Take the two sticks and then take the stick and talk me through it. Keep going. Faster. Yeah. What's up, sis? Yeah. Yeah. That don't make no sense. Then what you gonna eat? You know what I mean? Prepare the meals. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like you got two boys. They growing boys. They like to eat. I'm pretty sure they like to eat, right? I like to eat. What's up, Taziar?
Yo, Rip said the video is not clear. Yeah, you are frozen right now.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's enough. Yeah, I look bad. You're still frozen.
I'm still frozen.
Yeah, the screen now.
I am frozen. How many tabs is open on the screen?
3. The Bible, no, StreamYard, the Bible, the Origins, and the article.
The origins.
Yeah, the search I use.
Close
I
that.
closed that. Now I'm just 3.
Yeah, check the tabs at the bottom too.
The bottom? Where?
That's where you Google it at the very bottom.
Oh. Oh, no, those are, that's what makes the big one.
Oh.
Yeah, we gotta keep it. You're still frozen now.
Yeah, I know. I see myself.
Keep driving the country.
Yeah, take it back to like 720 or 540. The visual, what's the name, and then take it back up to 720. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Settings.
Yeah.
Waiting for it to pop up.
We might have to swipe the cookies or something. Clean the cookies. I don't know. Take it, just switch it from chocolate chip to white macadamia and Nizia cookies. Yeah.
So I don't want you sharing this. Take it, what definition? Standard?
Yeah, from 720,
Yeah,
take it to like 540.
and 540. 480 standard and low definition 360.
Yeah, try standard. Because right now it's at 720, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you're not on the internet, like on your phone.
Yeah.
There you go. Are you gonna take it back to 720 or keep it?
See, I ain't moving yet.
You're moving on my screen.
All right, let's get this. Everybody understand the gist about that, about the Sabbath service, about the Sabbath day getting changed to the from Saturday to Sunday. All right, let's get to what's the name?
Leave it on standard?
You said what?
Leave it on standard definition?
Yeah, let's leave it on standard. It looks fine on the what's the name. Let's get to the scriptures, man. Let me get
Not really more than that.
no, we're gonna leave that article where it's at.
So I fix it up.
Yep. Let me get Acts 20:6. Because this is what the Christian churches use from the Bible that changed that said the worship day went from Saturday to Sunday. This is the scriptures they use. Go ahead.
Okay. It's the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 6. And we sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread.
And Philippi is what would you call it? Philippi is a Greek, is like a Greek a Greek city or a Greek what would you call it? Greek island. You feel me? That's what Philippi is. It's named after Alexander's father, Philip, or in Philippians. Right? That's what Philippi. The Philippians, that's what Philippi is. Make sense?
The Greek city?
Yeah, it's like a Greek island.
In the Mediterranean, right?
Yep. And it says after the days of unleavened bread, right? So Paul went to Philippi, right, for Passover. Right? He was trying to bring Passover to them. Like, you feel me? So after the days of unleavened bread, which is what, 7 days, Taziar? Right? Unleavened bread is 7 days, right, sis? You celebrate for 7 days. Let's keep going.
And came unto them to
Troas.
in 5 days, where we abode 7 days.
Right? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 7. And upon the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread.
To do what?
Break bread.
All right. So they left after the days of the unleavened bread, right? They stayed there 7 days, right? And then what do? The opening of the feast is the opening of the feast of unleavened bread, right? And then the closing of the feast of unleavened bread, they broke bread. All right, go ahead. It just so happened to fall on a Sunday. Just like, wait, Passover this year is falling on a Sunday. I mean, falling on a Saturday. So the opening of the Feast of Unleavened Bread will open on a Sunday and it will close on a Sunday. So what do we just not now? We're just not going to worry about the Sabbath day. Now the Sabbath day just changed to Sunday because the Feast of Unleavened Bread falls on a Sunday. That's exactly the same thing that happened here. Last year, the Feast of Unleavened Bread fell on a Sunday. You do what I'm saying? You understand that, Taziar? You understand that, sis? But this is what the Christian church uses so they can worship on Sunday and forget about the Sabbath day. Go ahead. Start verse 7 over if you could.
Verse 7. And upon the first day of the week, when the disciples came together to break bread.
Right. Because the disciples come together to break bread on the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Ain't that what we do on the Feast of Unleavened Bread? You know what I'm talking about? We come together, we eat, and we break unleavened bread. You know, it don't make no sense. But you know, Christians don't keep the feast days, so they don't understand about the breaking of the bread and the things that we do on the feast days. What's up?
I guess they don't speak slang.
Yeah, I guess not. Because we break bread every day, huh?
Yeah.
You know, so we're gonna break bread. You hungry? Here, take half of this. Yeah. You feel me? You want a taco? You feel me? Take half of this. You know, so take this taco, piece of this. You know what I mean? That's what we do. That's what we do because you know we po-po. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got it like that. You did. You do what I'm saying? What's up? I thought you had your hand raised. I thought you had your hand raised. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Paul preached unto them, ready to depart on the morrow, and continued his speech until midnight.
Right. So Paul was out there teaching until midnight. Like, I'm not understanding where they get now. Now we can worship on Sunday because it's the first day of the week. Oh, so it just happened that the piece of unleavened bread fell on the first day of the week. But this is what Christians use to manipulate. Is that the word? Is that a word? Is manipulate?
Making words up.
Put it in your dictionary. You know, it's all to manipulate the situation of them being able to worship on Sunday. You dig what I'm saying? They want to manipulate. They want to manipulate the situation because they know that the Sabbath day is on Saturday. They know this. You feel me? Let's go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 2. Right? Now we're going to get into the history of the Sabbath day. We're going to get into the history of the Sabbath day. Right? Do we know where anybody know where the Sabbath day, the seventh day come from? I'm in Genesis. What's up?
That's when the Most High rested, right?
All right, the Most High rested. I mean, you gotta give me some more definition, some more details.
That's when he finished all his work.
Yeah, and then he did what?
Rested.
Yes. I want you to break it down to me, right? Like I'm a Christian, like I don't know, like I'm a baby.
But then I will also have to explain that he was not the one, like he was the one giving orders.
No, you could just say that's the seventh day is when the Lord rested. The seventh day is when the Lord rested from all of his work. He made the earth in 6 days. And on the seventh day is when he stopped his work and he took a rest. You dig what I'm saying? But you just have to make sure you have to make sure as the people you're speaking it to understand it.
Right. Yeah, it's working 6 days. 7 days to the break.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Go ahead.
In the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 2. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made.
Yes. Which he has made, right? The Lord ended his work. He was working 6 days. On that seventh day, he was like, look, I ain't tired, but I'm gonna take a break. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? To look, because Lord, I'm gonna take a break. Go ahead.
And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made.
Right.
Verse 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it.
He did what?
Sanctified it.
He blessed the seventh day and sanctified it. You want to get that definition for me, Taziar? Sanctified. Hell yeah. It don't matter. Hey, these words are small. Yeah, I got them on. Either you ain't got your glasses. I got them on, right? Yeah, I got my glasses on.
I got 2 definitions.
Go ahead with them.
Sanctified. First definition is made holy, consecrated. And the second is
Wait. He made what? He made it what?
made holy.
Meaning made it separate. Made it separate. The Lord, they say that the Lord don't separate people. The Lord separated days. You know, like he just separated a day. You dig what I'm saying? Like he was like, you know what? The Lord did the Sabbath day. I blessed it and I sanctified it. Just keep it holy. Separate that thing from the rest of the days. You feel me? That's why we have a class every day, right?
Yeah.
But on Saturday, right? We have what? The Sabbath service, where we all come in here. And we set up 2 teachers and 1 reader, like a holy convocation, like a Passover, like opening of the feast of unleavened bread, closing of the feast of unleavened bread, right? Go ahead.
That he rested, and God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it,
Right.
because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made.
Right. So he separated the Sabbath day. And what did the Christians do? Christians came and was like, well, this Sunday is like just Sunday is the Sabbath day. They switched everything up. You know what I mean? They switched times and places and names of people, right? Because they don't want us to know that to know the laws of God. So they even tricking us up even more. First, they already said that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is a delicacy, right? Then they say celebrate Christmas and don't worry about Passover and don't worry about Easter. I mean, celebrate Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving and all those wicked days, but don't worry about Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Don't worry about the memorial, the blowing of the trumpets, right? And then now they're even trying to trip us up in the Sabbath day. Don't worry about the Sabbath day. Sunday is the real worship day. In every which way, they're trying to trip us up. Because they don't do that for themselves. They do it to trip us up. They do it to make sure that we don't know who we are, and make sure that we don't know what God to worship, and make sure that we don't know what we supposed to do in life. You dig what I'm saying? Because if we keep the Sunday as a Sabbath day, shit, we can't worship on Saturday. Saturday we working. When it's supposed to be the opposite. We supposed to not work on Saturday and work on Sunday, like you do, Taziar. Because you're an excellent brother. You know, you're an excellent brother, and you love the Lord. So you had to go to war for your Sabbath day, right? I know you did. To where they fired you. You said, hey, I can't work Saturday. I can work Sunday, but I can't work Saturday because I understand about the Sabbath day, and I want to keep the Sabbath day holy. And they say, all right, no problem. And they took you off the schedule all week. God damn. You remember when I had that what's name job, and I was like, I need Saturdays off. It was like, you can't get Saturdays off. So they fired me, remember? Because they wouldn't let me get Saturdays off. I said, I work every other day. I just not Saturday. You know what I mean? Because they don't give a damn about God. They don't care about God. But if it was a Jew, if it was a small hat, we all know who small hats are, right? All right. If it was Amalek, if it was a small hat, well, they'd give that boy the Saturday off like with the quickness. But because we're slaves. And how dare you want to worship your God? Just like when Moses went to Pharaoh and said, can we worship our God for 3 days? You looking at Moses like, well, how dare you come ask me to worship your God? I'm your God. That's how they feel. That's how they feel. Look, if you want to sin against your God and worship and do Sundays, they're going to give you those Sundays off. Oh, you want to go to church? No problem. Go to church. That's what they're going to do. But because you taking up your culture, you know what I mean, for your God, now it's a problem. And now you got to fight, scratch, and you know what I mean, and go blow for blow just to get the Sabbath day off. But you know what? It pleases the Lord that we do that. It pleases the Lord that we fight for his name's sake, for his reputation's sake. That pleases the Lord. Right? Give me Exodus chapter 16, verse 28. Right. Because the Sabbath day is very, 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 very important. You dig what I'm saying? And we're gonna get into how the Sabbath day is important when we get into Leviticus. But first, we got to get Exodus. Well, let's see what Moses said about it. 16:28. Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 16, verse 28. And the Lord said unto Moses,
Right.
how long refuse you to keep my commandments and my laws?
Right. The Lord says unto Moses, he said, how long is they going to refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? You feel me? How long is they going to refuse to do it? You dig what I'm saying? Because they've been refusing to keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments. We've always refused to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord said, "Don't have no other gods before me. Don't worship no other gods before me." Right? Moses went on Mount Sinai, came back down. We had a golden calf that we was worshiping. I know the Lord was like, "What the hell?" You know, like, you feel me? Like, I know the Lord was like, "Did y'all just see? Did y'all just see me get a power to Moses to separate to open the Red Sea, or yeah, it was the Red Sea. Or was it Dead Sea? I think it was the Red Sea. But did you just see? Did you just see me give Moses the power to open the Red Sea? Didn't I just swallow up the? Didn't y'all just see me unalive everything, every firstborn thing of Egypt? You dig what I'm saying? Pharaoh came after y'all. I swallowed them up in the water. I let y'all pass through the water and swallowed up. Oh man, I can't use that word because TD Jakes. Yeah. TDJ's got me trying. You feel me? Yeah, but didn't the Lord swallow up the all the Egyptians and Pharaoh in the water when he let the Israelites pass through? Like, but then now Moses go up on Mount Sinai to get the first 5 books, right? To get the understanding of what happened in the beginning and all that, right? And they come back. They worshiping a golden calf. Boy, we got to be the most stiff-necked, rebellious, and just dumb people. You know what I mean? Because we do things like this. We do things like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like we're the only people that's gonna tell give God the, you know what I mean? A drug dealer, rapper, right? He makes it out the hood, wins an award, goes up to the award. What's the name, right? All his music is about disrespecting God and disrespecting his people and sleeping with another man's woman and all that, right? He goes up to the podium and say, "I want to give thanks to God." Oh my goodness, we're the only people that do that. We're the only people that got a God, that's a living God that'll punish us right here, right now. But we go up there and we play with him. That's why it says that we have a zeal of the Most High, just not of knowledge. Because we play with the Most High so much. You feel me? That's why Christ had to come, to be a mediator in between us and the Most High, because the Most High just didn't believe us no more. So I was like, well, whatever. No, for real, I'm sorry. I do it. And the Most High like, look, if you don't move around, you know, you feel me? Real talk. Real talk. Keep going.
Verse 29. Sing, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place.
So like, read 29 again. I was pulling up.
See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days.
Right. Go ahead.
Abide ye every man in his place.
We understand that bread of 2 days. Talking about preparation. You dig what I'm saying? Talking about preparation. So like you ever heard of the showbread, Taziar?
Showbread?
Showbread was for the priest.
Okay, yeah.
The showbread was for the priest, but the showbread had to be baked fresh on the Sabbath. You feel me? Has to be baked fresh. So it had to be prepared something, you know what I mean? But can't nobody work on the Sabbath. So the people that usually break bread can't break the bread on the Sabbath.
So the people that were baking the bread were survival.
Hell yeah.
So that's why they had to do it 2 days in advance.
Yeah, because they had to prep the bread.
And they couldn't do it on the Sabbath. Because that's survival labor.
Yeah. And I can't make you do it.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? I can't make you do it. You do what I'm saying? But oh, what's up, sis?
That's 2 days before sundown, right?
It could be the day before sundown. You know what I mean? Because the sundown is when the Sabbath starts.
That's Friday and Sunday.
I'm not gonna say Friday.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say sixth day.
The 6th day.
Yeah, feel me? Friday is new.
Yeah, my bad.
Friday is new. Sunday is new. Saturday is new. But it's not new. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. That's not new. That's just the numbering of the days. Make sense?
Yeah, Sabbath is
The day.
16th.
That's when it ends, and the seventh day sundown is when the Sabbath starts. I'm not gonna get into days of the week because then I'm gonna be teaching y'all. I'm gonna be teaching y'all Roman customs. It makes sense?
Yeah.
I don't want to teach y'all Roman customs. That's not what we do. I need y'all want to teach the days of the week, bro. Go ahead.
Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 30. So the people rested on the 7th day.
Right. So the people rested on the 7th day because the Lord told them that's what we do. We keep that. But at this time, right? What was happening at this time? This is Exodus. Go ahead.
When we're moving,
Not yet.
We weren't traveling yet?
Not yet.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, give me 1 second. Yeah, we wasn't traveling yet, but Exodus is the time that we traveled. I'm trying to find it. What time is it?
We got time.
No, we don't.
40 minutes.
I know. I got a lot of scriptures to go through.
Yeah, you don't want to go chapter to the second part? Because I want to talk about this day.
What, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
You
Well,
said you don't want to teach us? I want.
well, every one of those days is a different God. It's the
Yeah.
worship of something different. Sunday is the Sunday. You said what?
Worship in the moon.
Yeah, Monday is the moon day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is Thor.
Yeah.
Friday is Freya.
What?
Friday is Freya.
Freya?
Yeah, like the goddess Freya, some shit like that.
Oh. I want to know stuff like that so I can play.
All right.
I'm just curious.
How about next week we'll go over that. We'll go over the months and the days.
And how about the how we because I believe I heard it here in the school that we base our days on the cycles of the moon.
Yeah, it's called the lunar calendar.
Can we go to that too?
Well,
Because I saw a full moon the other day, and I didn't know what day it was. But I know that when you see a full moon, it's probably like.
yes, because the new moon is no moon.
I don't know.
And
And
and when you see a crescent and you see a or like a small crescent, it'll be like day 1. A bigger crescent be like day 2. Bigger crescent be like day 3. Then the full moon, it will be the last day of the month. And werewolves turn. Werewolves turn into people turn into werewolves. Ooh, doing all that extra. Yeah. Yeah, we can go into some of that lunar calendar stuff. I forgot where I was at.
So the people
We was in Exodus, right?
yes,
Let's go to Leviticus
Leviticus
23rd chapter. We should know about the 23rd chapter now. We do it every feast day. Every feast day, these are the feast days that we bring up. Leviticus 23rd chapter, these are the Lord set upon us to keep. Right? But what I want to get is the importance of it.
still low in his life.
I understand, bro. I don't know what be going on with that.
I think so many people on the Wi-Fi. I got it.
Right. Yeah, my phone was on the Wi-Fi, bro, and I don't even know the Wi-Fi code. This is a new phone.
You look happy with music?
No. I think it's Spectrum that we use, and this is a Spectrum phone, so I guess it automatically connects. I have no idea, bro. No, it's not. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1.
What does Leviticus mean?
The priest.
No,
Um,
the law.
Levi.
Yeah, Levi is Laoya. Meaning the law. What do Levites do?
The priest.
What do priests keep?
Law.
Yeah, and the priest's lips should keep the law.
Ley.
La what?
La ley.
Is that Spanish?
Yeah, for the law.
Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't speak that. No, I'm playing.
You don't understand in my place.
I'm just playing. Go ahead though.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel.
No, speak unto everybody.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak to the Edomites.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Who else want to keep the Sabbath day? I don't know.
Unto the children of Israel.
Only the children of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's our duty to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
And say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
Right. The feast of the Lord is our commandments for us. You dig what I'm saying? Not Christmas. Christmas ain't in the Levitical law. Easter ain't in the Levitical law. What else? What else? New Year's. What's coming up? Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is not in the Levitical law. You dig what I'm saying? So speak unto the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
What is a convocation? We know what holy means, right? Holy means separate, set apart. What does a convocation mean? There you go, sis. A gathering together like a communion. You know, when you were talking about the saint. That's not what you. The sacrament.
Yeah,
Is what you said. Yeah, you feel me? We that's the Christian church sacrament. Ours is, you know what I mean? The holy convocations, right? Go ahead.
even these are my feasts.
Right.
Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done.
Right. 6 days shall work be done. Go ahead.
But the seventh day.
No, the first day.
But the seventh day.
Sunday.
But the seventh day. Is the Sabbath of rest.
Right. So when the Lord said these, right, that these be the holy convocations, right? And then he said, and these are my feast. The first day he brings up is what? The Sabbath day. It's a holy convocation. It's supposed to be a separate gathering of that day. You know what I mean? You dig what I'm saying, Taziar?
Okay.
Go ahead.
And holy convocation, ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
In all your dwellings. It should be in all everywhere you sleep at, everywhere you dwell at, you rest at, your temples, the houses, whatever. It should be a Sabbath day. You should keep the Sabbath day holy. Keep going, Taziar.
Verse 4. There are the feasts of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Right, in their seasons. Now he's getting into the high holy days, the Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of First Fruits, the Feast of the Feast of blowing of the Memorial of the Trumpets. Right, he's getting to all the. But the first one he brought up was the Sabbath day. Right, the Sabbath day is so important. We have a holy convocation every single week. The end of the week. You dig what I'm saying? But then we have one every season in their seasons. That's how important the Sabbath day is. The Sabbath, it's so important that the high holy days are ran like Sabbath days. Yeah.
Is that why we have brotherhood at the end of camp or wherever we're doing?
I mean, we have brotherhood every day. Any day that we possibly can, we have brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's not mandatory at the camp.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like all of us coming together to do something.
No.
Well, we always do though.
It's not mandatory. Well, it is mandatory for every. That's why we all come to Sabbath service.
Yeah.
That's why we all come to Sabbath service, because that is like damn near mandatory. You feel me? Because it's a holy convocation. It's you know what I mean? We just don't have no food. Yeah. Sometimes we bring food. You know, sometimes I bring tacos. Y'all want to bring chicken sometimes. You know what I mean?
We always end up eating.
Yeah, we do. We do either before camp or after camp, or after we go do boots on the ground or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we do the work of the Lord on the Sabbath day. We don't do no servile work, but we do the work of the Lord on the Sabbath day.
And when we was going to camp, the sisters, they'll come together too, and they'll cook for us.
Yeah.
So I'm downtown to Square Market.
Yeah, Market Square. Yeah.
Market Square.
No, not Market Square. Alamo Plaza. You got me.
I'm sure they would have their like little, you know.
They sisterhood, you know, giggle, joke, and you know, I don't know what sisters do when they get together. Talk about jelly beans. I don't know. You know what I mean? Starburst Starburst unlawful. Talk about Laffy Taffies. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know with candy and cookies and you know what I mean? I don't know what women talk about when they get together.
They be talking about others.
I hope they talk about recipes. Oh,
that's it. Yeah.
Recipes. You know what I'm talking about? Lord knows we miss state food. Well, Lord knows we be hungry nowadays. Lord knows we miss that food. Sometimes that camp meal is the one thing that'll get you through the last part of camp. You like, whoo, you know what I'm talking about? I almost died out here. You know what I'm talking about? Then they brought them camp meals and we, you know what I mean?
And if I do I'll be full happy.
Hey, yeah. The sisters do a hell of a job. You feel me? But we all understand about the Sabbath day. That the Sabbath day, right? Give me now let's get into more of the law of the Sabbath day. Give me Exodus 20 and 8. Whenever you're ready.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8.
Right?
Remember the Sabbath day.
Do what?
Remember the Sabbath day.
Mm-hmm.
To keep it holy.
Right, to keep it holy. Now, this is after the Lord was telling the Israelites about keeping the laws that about the laws. You remember he was telling them about keep no other God before me because I'm a jealous God, and not about as the run commandments. This is the this is part of the 10 commandments. This is where he starts running down the 10 commandments. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead. What's up?
Princess Masava says sowing too.
Oh, sewing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that too. They do that too. That's all part of sisterhood. What we do, we come together. We talk about scriptures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you feel me? They be having a scripture breakdown class, not online though. You feel me? Like, oh snap! You feel me? What we do it before class? Breaking scriptures down. You know what I'm talking about? Break it down all the way down. We do breakdowns. You feel me? Then just like when the disciples went to Christ, you know what I mean? After they was out there, talking at camp. After that, it was like, so what was you saying when you said red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish, knick knack, patty whack, get a dog a bone? You know what I'm talking? I just say that because I remember Captain Yatsuzak broke that down like that. You know what I'm talking? What did you mean when you did that? You do what I'm saying? Yeah, Christ, that dude. You want to know how to cut somebody? You know what I mean? With how we cut the Pharisees and Sadducees. He who is without sin cast the first stone. You know what I'm talking about? And went back to drawing in the sand and the dirt. You feel me? Christ was in there drawing in the dirt, bro. You know what I'm talking about? The Maganda would die. Yeah. Like he's in there. Shit around it, some swords. You feel me? And it was like, you feel me? Went to Christ and was like, this woman that committed adultery. And you know what I'm talking about? If he would have anything else, they would have been like, see, he don't believe in the Levitical law, and he don't believe in the law of Moses and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm talking about? But he didn't say not to stone her. You know what I mean? He just said, he is who without sin cast the first stone. Christ was all in his right to stone that lady. But he didn't because he showed mercy and brotherhood. But then he told them, he said, hey, who is without sin, cast the first stone. Because they were all sinning. They all have sinned before, or they were all sinning. And that is, you dig what I'm saying? So they couldn't do it. Right? Keep going. Let's start at verse 8 again. Because I want to get into Christ on the Sabbath day, because they was trying to get him too when he picked the corn. You know what I'm talking about? He's like, well, my brothers is hungry. You know what I'm talking about? He's supposed to pick the corn. Christ was like, I don't think that's my job, is to pick corn. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I could pick corn. What you mean? You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
6 days. Look, you got 6 days to work, do everything you need to do. You know what I'm talking about? You need to sell your Gucci bags, all that. You know what I'm talking about? You got what you do? Sell shoes? You sell all your shoes on 6 days. You know what I'm talking about? You cook, go cook 6 days a week if you need to. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Right. The seventh day is the Sabbath day. What does Sabbath mean? Sis, what Sabbath mean? There it is. She give the sister a hand. You know what I'm talking about? She got it. She's excellent. She knows what rest is. You know what I'm talking about? I wish Isupk was in here. They were like, yeah, rest. Siesta. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, Okay, look, sidebar. I used to drive the Amazon truck, right? So I be driving, next to construction sites, and I see the Hispanic brother. They be sitting down, they be laying down. And I'm like, what are they doing, bro? And I had to ask them one time, like, what y'all doing? It was like, it's siesta. I was like, what does siesta mean? They had to tell me, like, you know what I mean? It was they take a rest in the, you know what I mean, in the middle of the day, like, yeah, you feel me? And Isupk said that rest was good. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man, Isupk, there ain't no way, you know what I mean? Ain't no way the Bible ain't correct on saying about Isupk. You know what I mean? They rest,
They're the hardest working people on the planet.
but they take a rest.
Yeah, they have to.
No,
You have to.
I'm just saying, that's crazy. That's crazy.
In it, thou shalt not do any work.
Right. And on the Sabbath, you shall do any work. No work. Go ahead.
Thou, nor thy son,
Mm-hmm.
nor thy daughter,
Uh-huh.
thy manservant.
So when I've heard Israelites say manservants, right? Like, so when we do have manservants and maidservants, Tazio,
Mhm.
we're better than them. You know what I mean? They made us work 7 days a week, right? We can't make them work 7 days a week because it's a commandment. We have to give them a day off. Yes.
Manservant is like an employee.
A manservant. No,
An employee.
a manservant. He's a man that's a servant, like a slave.
Oh, okay.
We have to give our slaves a day off. The Most High is excellent. Yes, they need to thank the Most High because how they did us, we had all right to just, you know what I mean, go all out. But the Lord said, nah. The Lord said, nah, if you take a day off, give your servant a day off. You dig what I'm saying? Right. You know how they put drugs in our neighborhood and abortion clinics? Because the Lord is against because the Lord has laws against drug dealing. You know what I mean? And the Lord had laws against unaliving an unborn baby. We won't do that. We won't put abortion clinics in their neighborhood. We won't put drugs in their neighborhood. We won't deal with them unrighteously. You dig what I'm saying? Like they dealt with us. That's why the Lord is so excellent. The Lord is excellent. You know what I mean? And he needs I'm not gonna say he needs. The Lord is excellent, and he wants us to be excellent also. That's why he pushes. That's why he's always talking about his law, statutes, and commandments. Because that's the way we become excellent on the earth. You dig what I'm saying? Can't nobody find fault with the law, statutes, and commandments. If you find fault with the law, statutes, and commandments, you are a piece of garbage. You dig what I'm saying? What is wrong with not doing drugs and selling drugs to people? What is wrong with not prostituting your sisters, or not treating your sisters like prostitutes or like a piece of meat? You dig what I'm saying? Because there's laws against that thing there. Why? What is so bad about not about loving your brother like you love yourself? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with not committing adultery? What is wrong with that? Nothing is wrong with that. But people make it seem like it's a problem with keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's because they're a filthy piece of garbage, and they don't want to do what the Lord said. Feel me? That's why when a fake Israelite group always comes to talk about y'all not doing the Sabbath day right and this, that, and the third. Why do you always want to hurt people? Why do you want to use the Bible, right? The best tool ever to help people, to hurt people. Right? You know what I mean? Instead of going to do your Sabbath day and doing your Sabbath day like you want to do it, you want to tell us we're not doing it right. Then why aren't you doing the Sabbath day? They're not. They're not doing. They're not. They don't have a Sabbath service to go to. That's why they all in our Sabbath service talking all that noise.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
They talking about, oh, y'all going to camp and doing this and doing that. Y'all not supposed to go to camp on the Sabbath day. Well, you know why you telling us that? Because you don't have a camp to go to on the Sabbath. You teach people because you know nothing. What's up, Taziar?
I remember that day they pulled up. I was brand new, and they came up to us. Some like fringes on their shirt.
Yeah, and tight pants.
Yeah. Doing that, but he had a scripture on him. The Bible with him,
Yeah.
and then he told us like, well, we're supposed to be at home and not doing nothing.
Yeah. Can't play video games.
Yeah, I forgot who it was because I was brand new. Somebody said, "What are you doing out here?"
Yeah, that was me.
That was you.
Yeah, because we me and him was in the body. I was like, teaching the Lord's people. It's just, we are too. Like, what's the problem?
That's hypocrisy at its finest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the problem? Boy, they ain't even got no boots on. They had on like Chuck Taylors and tight jeans. No, they got fringes on their shirt, but then the dude had a shirt over his fringes. So he was wearing, his fringes was like, and then remember he was saying that I came from a funeral. I said, you came from a funeral? I said, and you came from a funeral and went. I was like, you ain't like, where y'all fringes at, bro? You know what I'm talking about? They're ashamed to be priests of the Lord. I ain't never been ashamed to be no priest. You know what I'm talking about? Where I go, I rock fringes. So they can be like, oh, what's the fringes are about? I remember the other day I went to before I left to when I dropped everybody off, I went to the store before I went home. And this old Edomite lady came up to me. She was like, thank you for wearing the Star of David. And I was like, I looked at her, I said, why are you thanking me for wearing the Shield of David? And she was like, because we need someone to what did she say? Someone to allocate for us or something like that. It was allocate was the word that she used. And I said, I don't wear I don't wear the Shield of David for you. So I wear it for myself and my people. You know what I mean? I said, because we're the real Jews. You know what I mean? And she looked at me, she said, oh, okay. And she turned around and walked off. And I was just looking at her. Edomite lady. She thought she was gonna manipulate me into being down with one of the parts with, you know what I mean, with her in her war against humanity. No way. I don't wear it for you. I wear it for me and my people. You know what I'm talking about? Because when I don't want you to see me, I want one of my brothers to see me. Be like, hey, bro, you the Israelite? Yep. I got a card for you. Come to class. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Get in this war. Get in this fight. You dig what I'm saying? This is the fight that all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should be in. Fight to keep the Sabbath day. Like you fought to keep the Sabbath day. You know what I'm talking about? Fight for the laws of the Most High. That's what we should be fighting for. Yeah.
Even then, when I got into let me have my Sabbath day off. Like they wasn't gonna let me have it because that's the busiest day. But so we had to like get officers in New York and in Philly to get involved and to write a letter and to answer phone calls from them about it. And then it happened. And when it happened, you already know the rest of the story. It started getting they started messing with my schedule.
Yeah.
They wanted me on Saturdays. Or on the Sabbath days. So even then, like it was, we had to like take it to a legal process.
Yeah.
Because they can't deny me they can't deny you.
They can't deny you your freedom,
Right.
your religious freedom.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Go through all that.
Yeah, you gotta go through all that. Meanwhile, if it was a Christian and he was like, yeah, I need a Sunday off for church and this, that, they'd be like, all right, no problem.
Yeah, just like that. Just like you said.
Like,
I see that.
but I can't get off for the Lord. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I know it's right. That's how I know it's right. Because what the Bible said when you come to serve.
Yeah.
That's how I know it's right. Because when you was like, nah.
If I go anywhere else, they're gonna try
Care. I don't even care anymore. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want me to get the Sabbath day off, bro? Okay. I just remove all my enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? And Lord is going to destroy you're not gonna have a job no more. That's crazy. That's crazy because you don't know who I have backup. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't like, you feel me? I'm not even blowing no smoke. I'm not even talking about the Isupk as my backup. I'm talking about the Lord. You feel me? I have backup. I got, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm worried about you. I'm worried about your business, your little business that you got. Okay, yeah. I do the Lord's business. You dig what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? We got things to do. Your time, and you just look at them like your time is almost up, and you don't even know it.
Those two young supervisors that started messing with me,
Yeah.
shortly after I left, they did so bad that they got laid off.
Yeah, because they had to do some work because Taziar wasn't there no more to do their work for them.
And I love it.
Yeah, real talk. I'm with you. If you didn't let me know what they look like, because if I ever see them, I'm like, what's that? Did you go in your chef coat?
Nah,
Nah, man, you should have went in your chef coat. You should have went.
that's the
Real talk, because that's what happens when you mess with the priest, man. You feel me? Well, their best bet was to be like, you want the Saturday off? Whatever. Okay. You need any more days off, sir? You know, tomorrow, you know what? We're gonna give you a raise. Like, that's what they should have been. They should have been in there like treating you with the utmost respect. But that's the problem. They don't look at you as an Israelite. They don't look at you as the Lord's chosen people. They look at you as a slave. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? All you have to do, prayer, all you have to do is pray to the Most High, man. All you got to do is pray to the Most High, and the Most High will give you whatever you need. And I don't want to sound Christian about it, but he's not going to give you what you want right then and there, what you need right then and there, but he's always going to give it to you when you need it, right on time. You dig what I'm saying? Is that Christian? That's too Christian? That's too Christian. When I called Cap and told him about my good news, you know what I mean, about my truck, he told me, won't he do it? I had to laugh about it, but it's so spot on. It's so real. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, damn, like, you feel me? And you don't want to sound Christian about it, but you like he did do it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you feel me? I didn't even think about it. Because I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna do all that. You know everything that we've been going through lately.
Yeah.
You feel me? We stayed down with the Most High. The Most High was like, here. You know what I'm talking about? Gave you a little, you know what I mean? There you go, brother. That's for you. That's for you, my son. Like, word? You dig what I'm saying? Don't struggle no more, but you down with me in the bad time. You know what I'm talking about? When you had a bad time, you was down with me. And that's what we have to do, bro. We have to be down with the Most High in the bad times, the good times, the all right times. You know what I mean? When we don't feel like it, when we feel like it, like you dig what I'm saying? And the Most High gonna be like, Most High gonna be right there with you, on your side. You feel me? I just pray for all my brothers and sisters that's in the world that don't wanna obey the Most High. You dig what I'm saying? Because when they don't obey the Most High and the Most High come to cash that ticket. You dig what I'm saying? When he cashed that ticket, good night. Because our only job here is to serve the Most High. Everybody else is trying, all the other nations are trying to figure out what to do, figure out this, figure out that. How can we do this? How can we do that? The Lord didn't tell us to do none of that. The Lord was like, look, just keep my commandments. You know what I'm talking? Like, you feel me? Like that's the most simplest thing I've ever heard. And then he gave us the commandments, like he gave us like a commandment, like structure in how to keep it. Then he sent somebody to show us how to keep it. Like the Lord gave us example after example after example after example, and we still don't do it. We still don't do it. Tell somebody about the Sabbath day. They don't believe you. Yeah, but Sunday is what my mama raised me on, and I'm going to do what my mama said. And da. All right, no sweat. Remember I told you when Christ returned, they're gonna be like, well, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Fool. There you go. You remember this? Oh yeah, I remember him. He was telling you what he was telling you. I sent the priest to you, and you still didn't believe the priest. You know what I'm talking about? You walk right by him at camp. You walk right by him at the mall. You walked right by him at the Juneteenth festival. Matter of fact, at the Juneteenth festival, you told him to get away from you. You don't want to hear about that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And he didn't argue with you. He just said, all right. You feel me? And went on to the next. I said, like, you dig what I'm saying? It's terrible. But that's what we deal with every single day. That's what we deal with every single day. It's getting a little chilly, isn't it? Or am I just tripping? It's not bad, but you know what I mean? It's getting a little cold. So I turn the AC off. No. I know it was, never mind. Let's keep going, bro.
Know thy son, nor thy daughter.
Right.
Thy man's servant.
Right.
Nor thy maid's servant.
Right.
Nor thy cattle.
Look, the Lord don't even want you to mule up the mule and take some stuff over here. Nor thy cattle. He don't want you to, he don't even want your cattle to work. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Know thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Right. We know who that is, right, Taziar?
Yeah.
Who is that?
The stranger that is within thy gates.
Yep.
Our oppressors.
No.
Our brothers that are not in the truth.
Yeah. You want to know how I know? Read it one more time.
The whole thing?
No. Where it says, nor thy stranger.
Nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
How do we know? Oh, sis. Right. Because they're within our gates.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Then now the Lord is going to give a reason. You feel me? He's been like the Lord owes us an explanation. Like, this is why I'm telling you this. This is why I'm hot. Like the Lord is giving us an explanation, and we don't he don't owe us no explanation. Like you feel me? This is like the 4th, 5th time he told us this. Now he's giving an explanation. Go ahead.
Verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is. That sounds like so much slang.
Yeah. What it is.
And all that in it is.
I'm trying to tell you.
And rested the Sabbath day. And rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Right. Why is the Lord explaining this to us? Like, do we need that much explanation on to keep the Sabbath day? Do we need to answer me, Tazier? Do we need that much explanation? Yeah, as a people.
We do.
Yeah, we
Because
do.
then we don't have an excuse.
Shit.
Because now it's been explained in detail.
In the last
Instead of just saying just the
last 5 verses.
Yeah.
The last 5 verses. We didn't need no.
Then we didn't have an excuse. Oh, it just said that on the Sabbath you should rest. I'm telling you why.
He's been telling us why. You know what I mean? Why do we need an explanation? We should just calm, sir.
Oh, because we're hard-headed.
Yeah, we stiff-necked and rebellious. Our people are stiff-necked and rebellious. All right, let's read Matthew 12. Matthew 12 and 1 and 2. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna get one time, real quick.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 1. At that time, Christ went on the Sabbath day to the home, and his disciples were in hunger.
Right. I mean, Tazi, are you a cook, right?
Yeah.
So if the brothers below you was hungry, right, and you had something to eat in the kitchen, you was like, you went in there and was like, you know what I'm talking about, made them something to eat. You feel me? It's not, you're not like, my brothers is hungry. I'm something to eat, right? Go ahead.
And began to pluck the ears of the corn and to eat.
Right.
Verse 2. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day.
Right, because you know the Pharisees and Sadducees, they want you to sit at home and look at the wall with no lights and be hungry. Real talk. Like even back then, our black leaders, right? The fake Israelite groups, they didn't know right from wrong back then. How is it wrong if you're hungry to go pick some corn and eat it? It's not wrong to feed yourself. They want you to starve, bro. And then they say it's not lawful. It's not lawful to do what? To go get corn and eat it? You know what I mean? It's not lawful to cut your lights on. What was homeboy telling us? You play video games? It's not lawful to go play video games on the Sabbath. You know, it's all like what? Like, oh, am I breaking the law? Yeah, you feel me? Remember? Yeah, you remember you said that you can't play video games on the Sabbath. He's like you can't pleasure yourself on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Or do it your pleasure. I said, you know what I mean? Like you got a wife, like you have a wife and you ain't going to camp. You know what I mean? Let's say it's raining outside. You ain't going to camp. You did the Sabbath service and you want to go home and just be with your rib. You can't do that. Nope, not on the Sabbath. Y'all boys are just oppressed by the Sabbath.
I believe that when Christians see that, they think that that's a day to just literally or figuratively rest. It just
Yeah, resting. I ain't got to go to work. What are you talking about? Straight up. I can just go do the Lord's work. I don't have to do work with y'all. Oh my goodness, oppressors oppress. The Lord be like, you know what I mean? Hey, do what you want to do, man. What about I can't go to the gym either? Can't go to the gym. All right, so the Lord wants you to be fat. and unhealthy. You know what I mean? He said, you know what I mean? You can't go to the gym on your only day off that you're gonna get from your oppressor. You can't go to the gym. That's crazy. What's up, sis?
So we can also like buy things on the Sabbath day, right? Like purchase things, because I was told the opposite, that we're not allowed to like spend money.
Okay, so on the Sabbath, when we go do things, right? Sometimes we gotta buy gas. Sometimes we have to buy different things. But that law right there was for like merch. If that makes sense. You know what a merchant is? Yeah, somebody that owns, let's say Taziar owns a business. I own a business, right? Me and him on the Sabbath day, we can't exchange. He can't come to me like, hey, I need to buy this, or I need this. You know what I mean? That's what that is. Yeah, it's like a business transaction. The way it says buying and selling. That's what it's talking about. You know what I'm talking about? If you hungry, go get yourself something to eat. You just work six days in a row and no rest. You know what I mean? Like because your oppressor is the oppressor. I already know it. You know what I'm talking about? I already know it. So if you need to, that's the only day you can get to the store to go grab something to eat. Like the Sabbath is made for man, not the man for the Sabbath. I know you're not a man, sis. The Sabbath is made for men and women, not men and women for the Sabbath. Let me say it like that. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? That don't be oppressed by the Sabbath. Make sense? Makes sense. Do you own a business? If you own a business, make sure that business is closed on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Because now that's against the law right there. But see, the fake Israelite groups are so small-minded that they can't even think about owning businesses. They're so small-minded they can't even think about having people work for them that's Black, Hispanic, and Native American that need to be off on the Sabbath. They can't even fathom that. You right? You know what I mean? Because then in their mind, they're really like the oppressors and they're money hungry. You know what I mean? I know if I own a business and I got my brother working for me, hey, bro, it's the Sabbath, man. Go do you. You feel me? I know you got wife at home, kids at home. Take them to the park. You know what I'm talking about? Go spend some time with your kids. Teach them the law, statutes, and commandments, bro. Like, you dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? But some of our people think like the oppressors. And they just money hungry, and they gonna have you work on the Sabbath, and they gonna work on the Sabbath, and everything's gonna be like because they're all they thinking about is money, like the oppressor. We don't think about it. We're not that. We have morals and responsibilities and understanding of the Lord. Right? Anything else? Any other questions?
Not that I can think of right now.
Sis? What time is it?
8:59.
Go ahead. And with that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Taziar.
The capital just checked in.
Man, I'm calling you and calling you and calling you all week. No, not all week. I only called it once.
Lord Christ, we're about to finish this class real quick. All right. Nah, I'm about to read the announcements. These are the Isupk security announcements. Where the Isupk started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule from your brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapters 18 and verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapters 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashara means tenth in the Hebrew, 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Announce the Feast of Purim. This takes place on the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. That is on Thursday, the 22nd of February and Friday, the 23rd of February, 2024. You can find this in the book of Esther, chapters 9, verses 20 to 31. Reminder to any brother that wants to be a trooper in the school, you're required to wear all black. That includes boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And that concludes the Isupk secure announcements. That,
Oh, yours not here. Go ahead.
you want me to?
Yeah.
With that, Imagine, which means stand.
They good.
We're gonna start, turn to east.
No, you stand. They good.
We're gonna start, turn to east, and say the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa,
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Padash,
Sadash.
Hayah,
Ayah.
Shamka,
Shemka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Malapaka,
Laputka.
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah.
Batazayaka,
Matazayaka.
Hayah,
Ayah.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Ba'arataza,
Ba'arataza.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Hayah,
Ayah.
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim.
Natalanawa,
Mathalanaw.
Come,
Become.
Call,
Call.
Yawan,
Yawam.
Wasalakinawa,
Rasalaknaw.
Kabawatinawa,
Kawatnaw.
Kasalakinawa,
Kasalaknaw.
Kawatinawa,
Kabwatinaw.
Wa'ah,
Walala.
Tabayanawa,
Abiyayinaw.
Balasayawan,
Bonasai 1.
Ba,
Babal.
Hawashayanawa,
Aishayinaw.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Rai,
Ra.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Laka,
Laka.
Hamalakwa,
Amalakwa.
Wa'ala,
Walala.
Watapara,
Watapara.
Lai William,
Liwalumium.
Aman.
Aman. And we're going to do the Lord's Prayer in English. Right. No, put it down. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done
thy will be done,
in earth
in earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread,
daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, now we're going to start. Turn the face to front. So she can be seated. Oh,
Man, Obesha, Imagine.
wait. Oh,
Imagine Shabbat.
wait, hold on. You got to say it louder.
Oh yeah, Imagine.
Yes.
Man, Obesha, Imagine. Imagine Shabbat.
Hold on. They should already be standing.
Okay.
So you don't have to tell them I'm Majim. They should already be standing.
All right.
No.
Now you can say sis.
He said men of Israel, not sisters. Right? Ready?
Man, Obesha, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Rock. Yahweh Sim Yahweh Shabbat. Yajim Matub. We're going to turn and give a courtesy salute to the sisters.
All right, now sis, you can stand.
And the Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shemal Lataba Shem Yahweh Shai.
Oh, excellent. All right.
Eyes to the top.
Yeah, y'all give me tough.
Yad to the top. Pleasant Swiss.
Oh yeah,